On ESPN, as we saw in the pregame, the wind's starting to pick up out at the stadium today. Could make for some breezy conditions as this one unfolds. Green Bay, Washington, it's game time!
Crowds of tailgaters arriving early this morning. These fans are primed and ready for the game. Hello, folks. I'm Dan Stevens, and greetings from Washington Field. Mr. Peter O'Keefe is with me, and partner, we have a treat in store for us. There are not many running backs like this.
Absolutely, Dan. Williams is what we call a scat back. He's a small, light running back with incredible speed and quickness.
We'll see how he does once the game begins, Peter, but first, let's go to the coin toss.
Heads.
It's tails. Number 2, kicking off for the Packers.
The ref gets the signal, and we're set.
Football.
Number 2 boots the opening kickoff. Number 3. Peterson takes his first. Smith throws a heater, and the reception's made at the 40.
Redskins.
Number 11 sings this one perfectly. Great pass, great catch, great play. Let's have another look. Bullseye. What a
That play.
Definitely. Great call by the offensive coordinator.
And it will be. Smith throws this one deep down the right sideline, and the big catch is made with daylight in front of him.
Touchdown.
And
Redskins.
touchdown.
Number 10 gets open and gets the football for a gain there. Watch this again.
He is wide open. The defense clearly fell apart on that one.
And I think he's a guy you can count on to make those end zone catches. He sets a high standard for himself.
Hopkins kicks this one away. King fields it all the way back at the 1. Dragged down at the 22. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field.
Oh, man.
As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
Hold on. Easy. What day is it? How many fingers am I holding up? Come on. Okay. Let's take them off. Let's get them out of here. Come on.
At their own 22-yard line. Williams has his number called on first down.
26 yards.
Graham has the floater right sideline, and they get the first on 3rd and long.
Graham has just one guy on him, and he beats him easily. Even with my few extra pounds, I think I could have done a better job covering him.
I doubt that. Rodgers throws this one way downfield, and the catch is made at the 12, and he's in for the touchdown.
Adams plays this one perfectly, getting himself to the right place at the right time to make the catch. The defense should be embarrassed that they let this one get away.
Yeah, Peter, they had him double covered.
His way.
He gets the touchdown, Peter, and that was a very nice
The
play.
extra point is good.
There's the signal, and we're ready. Number 2 kicks it off. Alexander fields the kickoff at the 2. Pushed out 21-yard line. Peterson. Smith throws a bullet to makes the night. Number 94 gets the sack at the 45.
Number 94 gets a sack in the backfield. The quarterback had nowhere to go on this one. Let's watch. And they had it all locked up there.
That will bring up 2nd down. Number 80 catches it over the middle, and he's looking for room. No one in front of him. He's in.
Number 80 has a chance to get a huge gain here and grabs it with both hands. Or both feet, actually, covering a lot of ground after making that catch.
Wasn't supposed to be a Here's the extra point, and
The extra point is good.
it's good. Hopkins booms a beauty here. Alexander decides to take it out of the end zone. This drive at their own 22-yard line. Rodgers makes the throw after the play action fake, and it's
First
caught
down,
at the 34. Eventually,
Graham is going to make a great play right here. Snags the football and then really turns on the juice.
a nice run after making the grab.
They told me that given the gravity of this injury, there's obviously no way he'll be allowed to return to the game. Back to you, Dan.
As
Number 35 eventually gets there, but I don't know why he even bothered. Big gain, and they'll move the chains. Well, he eventually stops them, but wait. Very disappointing execution by this defense.
Williams gets the ball, and
Play, and now they have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Rodgers throws the pass, and it's knocked away from the receiver, incomplete. Norman tips it away on the...
Josh Norman gets himself into the perfect position to tip the ball incomplete. That's what I call pass protection, Dan. He gave the receiver no chance to get to the ball.
into a fourth down situation.
Pressure cooker of a play, and the D played it tight.
Number 2 kicks
The
from
field goal
36
defense is
yards
good.
out and puts it straight through the uprights and good. Number 2 kicks this one away. Johnson decides to take it out of the end zone. This is a tackle. The Redskins offense takes the field, and they will start at their own 22. They couldn't. Number 94 sacks him back. It'll be fourth down.
Number 94 sends this offense backpedaling with a nice sack in the backfield.
They lose some yardage.
Action of the other team's end zone. That's what usually works.
Peter, he has put the hurt on the quarterback in this contest.
You got that right. So far, he's got two.
Offense takes the field, and they will start out at their 42-yard line. Rodgers throws a bullet here, and the reception's made at the 38. Touchdown!
Cobb makes the catch, but that's not enough for him. He gets it and takes off for more.
That's his first touchdown of the day.
And I think he...
Here's the point after,
The extra
and
point is good.
It's good. And we're ready. Number 2 rockets this one deep. Number 30 decides to take it out of the end zone. Redskins stalled early last drive, and we'll have to wait and see what happens here. They'll start at their own 18-yard line. Number 10 grabs the bullet, and the big catch is made with daylight in front of him, and
Touchdown, Redskins.
Number 10 catches this one easily with no one around to stop him. Where was the defense? Well, they were nowhere on this.
now the extra point, and
The extra point
it's
is
good. Hopkins kicks it off. They'll start this drive at their own 27-yard line. Payne gets the sack.
Payne goes in unblocked and nails him to the ground. The O-line should be embarrassed. Watch this. Oh, yeah.
Second and long ahead. Second down from the eye. Graham brings down the floater and gets past the markers for a first down. Size, that was nothing short of a mismatch out there.
That kind of reminds me of how I try to cover my older brother. Man, he was just too tall. Same deal.
Graham goes in motion. Number 23 puts a lick on the receiver and number 91. Breaks free. Number Number 94,
with the sack.
Number 94 nails his man behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to cost the offense a few yards.
on the field. Peter. Swallow you up.
Yeah, got to be a cross-country skier that time to get around him. He is a load out there.
Number 5 takes the long snap and punts it away. Alexander fields the punt at their own 21-yard line. Rogers floats this one out to the right sidelines, and it's caught at the 48, 25, 10. He's in for the touchdown.
Graham has a guy shadowing him, but still manages to make the catch. He beats his man cold. It's all about staking your turf.
Wasn't supposed to be a touchdown pass, but he made it one.
And the end zone.
Now the extra point,
The extra point is good.
It's good. There's the signal, and we're ready. Number 2 rockets this one deep. Number 30 decides to take it out of the end zone.
Chance to make a few stops.
Number 10 goes in motion. Peterson catches it in the flat and loses yards. Smith throws a bullet to the flat and connects at the 9. He's gotten off to a very good start today.
His team expects nothing.
Smith rifles it out left side and it's complete at the 34. Smith sends it to the right side. Smith lobs this one deep to the end zone, and it's caught.
Touchdown, Redskins.
Number 11 makes a terrific completion in double coverage here. Wow, now that is one a player, and what a game.
Now the point after, and
The extra
it's
point
good.
is good.
And we're ready. Hopkins kicks this one away. King catches it back at the 3. Tackled at the 24. Cobb makes the catch on the right sideline and is at the 20.
Touchdown,
Touchdown.
Come on,
Give it up, baby.
Cobb is going to make the catch. Right there, but that's only the beginning. Look at him chew up the yardage.
That's his second TD reception, and obviously the passes are coming his way when they get in the red zone.
Well, he's taken on the role of scorer today, Dan, and I got to tell you, he's filling that role nicely. Oh, look there, 150
The extra
plus
point is
receiving
good.
yards. He's been making plays all game long.
And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Packers with a small lead, 31-28. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, we'll get back to you in a bit. But welcome, everybody, to the ESPN Halftime Show. I'm Chris Berman. The Redskins find themselves in a close game, albeit a mind-blower for the guy operating the scoreboard. Will we see this much offense again in the second half? Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Number 10 is going to run a great route here. Have a look as it creates some space and is able to bring this in. A 56-yard touchdown for the Redskins. The Redskins strike first and go up by 7. The Packers answering right back. The Packers with the ball at the 47. Rogers is going to get this one out to his wide receiver, and he'll do the rest. A 46-yard touchdown for the Packers. Redskins midway through the first, game tied 7-all. Number 80 came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. The Packers ended the first quarter. Graham found a soft spot on the defense and it worked to his advantage. That set up a 37-yard field goal. Packers back 14-10. Cobb came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 58-yard touchdown for the Packers. The Packers take their first lead in the game and are now up by 3. Redskins still early in the second quarter. Number 10 was definitely a key as he was able to work his way open for a big one here. An 82-yard touchdown for the Redskins. The Packers midway through the second. Packers behind by 4. Anderson is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. The Packers middle of the second. Graham came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. A 79-yard touchdown for the Packers. Packers out in front, 24-21. Smith would find his target on this one. A 15-yard touchdown for the Redskins. The Redskins take the lead again and go up by 4. The Packers still late in the second quarter. Cobb came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 76-yard touchdown for the Packers. And that's where we'll leave this one. Skins are locked in a defensive struggle, 31-28.
Hopkins kicks it off to begin the second half. Alex for the first time in this game. They'll begin at their own. Allison. Rodgers lofts this one out to the left, and the reception is made at the 7, and he's in for the touchdown.
Rodgers makes a terrific completion in double coverage here. Wow, now that is one confident QB.
Another touchdown.
This one over 400 yards for the game. You gotta love that.
Point is good.
It's good. The ref gets the signal, and we're set. Number 2 kicks it off. The Redskins. Number 97 gets the sack at the...
They have, Dan.
Smith throws this on a right. Peterson catches the ball over the middle and lines up deep in his own territory to punt it away. Number 5 gets the ball and punts it away. Alexander gets it at the 38.
First down,
grabs the dart right sideline, and he's got the first down.
Graham reels in the catch despite being covered by 2 defenders. Dan, I guess you just can't be intimidated. Check this out. Oh, yeah, it's all about being focused. He had his eye on the ball. Those guys, that's more of a receiver than a tight end, Dan.
Cobb catches it left sideline, and he's in for the score.
Cobb really delivers on this play. Let's take another look. First at the catch.
There it is, but he's not done. He's going to make his way forward for extra yards.
Oh, he's a go-to guy. He's a scorer. Oh, look at this. 6 TDs. This is a performance and a...
There's the signal, and we're ready. Number 2 kicks it off. Johnson fields the kickoff at the 6. On the field and will start this drive at their own 20. Peterson gets the call again to a game there, and they will face third down.
Third and long
for the punt. Number 5 gets the snap and punts it away. Alexander fields the punt at the 32. Will start this drive at the 37-yard line. Williams.
He's got 1 tackle and 2 sacks.
Rodgers throws this one deep down the right sideline, and the ball is caught at the 29.
Cobb has great follow-through on this play. Check out how he almost drops it, but then finally gets a hold of it. Boy, he was lucky that he tipped it to himself. Oh, that's a tremendous catch.
This would have gone the other way.
You betcha. He's given away a few inches in height, but he's still able to get those arms up and pull it in. Look at that, 200 yards. Can anybody stop situation? Great play, and now they have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Rodgers throws off, and you see that from him.
No, normally he's pretty sure.
Williams will get stopped at the line, and that will bring up second down. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Right here?
All right.
Feel this?
All right.
It hurts.
Right there, right there.
Don't worry, just...
Oh, you're gonna be all right, man. You're gonna be all right. Let's go,
Let me help you.
Come on. You gotta get.
Come on. I need
You gotta get back to
this.
us.
Graham
Down
grabs the
Packers.
floater right sideline, and that's a touchdown.
Graham goes one-on-one on this play and beats his man. He executed that pass pattern perfectly and made the catch. Nice reception.
They're coming his way when they get in the red zone.
Well, he's taking
The extra
on the
point is
role of
good.
score.
Number 2 kicks this one away. Number 30 fields it all the way back at the 1. Jew recently. We'll see what they do on this drive as the Stickers for a first down. Number 10 catches it over. Smith rifles it out.
We're going to take him to the hospital to determine whether his condition will require surgery.
Peterson pulls in a lot here and down coming up. Smith throws a heater right sideline and it
Pass is
falls
incomplete.
incomplete.
Number 10.
Williams was sitting
intended
back in the
receiver,
zone waiting for the pass
Williams with the coverage.
and then closes enough to force the incompletion. Nice job.
Jones takes it off the toss and runs into traffic. Rogers throws a big high
First
lob
down.
and Jones gets the toss and gets past. Jones. The clock is stopped at 2 minutes. Jones carries. Rogers tosses it deep down the left side, and it's knocked away from the receiver.
Number 23 was in man coverage and played it pretty tight. Tight enough for the incompletion.
Well, the knee holds tight on 3rd and long and forces an incompletion. That was a good call. Scott takes the snap and aims this one for the corner. Pistons will start this drive deep in their own territory with the clock at 1. Smith fires after the ball as a team today. That is their batted ball. Smith throws a bullet to the line. Jones carries this one off the right. Situation.
Yeah, great play. Now they have a bunch of options on what to try next.
Jones.
Things happen, especially in the ground game.
Nice second down.
Rogers is feeling some pressure as he lets this one go, which is why it zings right into the defender's reach. He wishes he had that one back.
That's his second interception throw today,
That's the
and
end
he
of
has looked
regulation.
ragged at some points, I'll tell you.
Yeah, his timing's a little off. He needs to just settle it down.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Packers come out on top, 52-28. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, Dan, thank you. So this one is in the books as we welcome you all to our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Packers stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the 3rd quarter. Adams is going to come up with a big play here in the deep ball. Have a look. A 37-yard touchdown for the Packers. The Packers move ahead by 10. The ball at the 26. Rogers connected with his man on this one. A 25-yard touchdown for the Packers. Packers ahead by 17. Rogers is back. He's pretty much locked in on his wide receiver. He hits him. They've opened it up now, and now lead by 24. Smith would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Skins behind, 52-28. Rogers connected with his man on this one. Smith would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. The Packers after his stop on 4th down. Packers up by 24. Brown shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. And that's where we'll leave this one. Packers win big, 52-28. Now let's catch up with the player who really ignited his team's offense with his deft passing and has earned our Player of the Game award. Rogers is on the field with our Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thanks, Chris. You helped carry your team today, and your team bulldozed to a runaway victory. What made the difference for you guys to come out triumphant today?
Our defensive guys were just animals tonight. They were all over the place, and I think they got on their heels a bit. They made things a lot easier for us on the offensive end for sure.
Back to you, Chris.
Well, that just about does it. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time here on ESPN, celebrating 25 years as the worldwide leader in sports. I'm Chris Berman. So long.
This is SportsCenter.
Hi there. I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Chiefs squeeze out a 4-point victory. Number 26 had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Number 26 rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his Eagles beat the Colts. Way up in the northern plains in Minnesota, we had the Vikings come away with a 7-point win. Over at M19 Stadium, we had the Ravens win by a comfortable margin. The Rams defense held their opponents to under 100 rushing yards in their win at the Edward Jones Dome. Packers, Redskins. Their win at number 10 emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. The Packers win this one by the final score of 52-28. The Seahawks lost at home and will have to hit the road to meet the Cardinals. Number 85 stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Falcons pick up win number 2. Carr took to the air for over 300 yards and helped his Raiders beat the Dolphins. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Before we get to the big news of the week, let's do a quick shakedown on the rest of the NFL's injuries. This guy is arguably the biggest name on this list. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for 9 weeks. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Martin is going to find himself on the shelf, and that will be a major blow to his team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Jets, Browns. Taylor is lined up a step or two outside the line of scrimmage at the 8, and oh man, he pulls it off his shoe top. 6. The Browns go on to win this by the final score of 27-10. Down in the fun and sun of Jacksonville, we had the Jaguars come away with a decisive 10-point win. And in our final game, we had the Bears come away victorious. So another week in the books here on ESPN, but what do you say we hand out a few game balls before we go? Here's my primetime players. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.